Ryan Mee, the CEO of Fulcrum Metals. Ryan, what's the big news from Fulcrum this week?
Yes, there's been three lots. Panther Metals are no longer shareholders in the company. What we've seen is long-term shareholders buy out that stake for Panther, tightening the shareholder register. And we've also signed a deal for the proposed sale of the Tully Gold Project to a Canadian exploration company.
Excellent. Well, let's look into that in a bit more detail then. So the sale of the shares there, the Panther shares, they've gone to existing shareholders, as you say, and particularly one in particular taking quite a lot there, going over, well, up to 10% in Fulcrum. So the appetite must have been pretty strong amongst existing shareholders. You have conversations with them prior to them making this decision?
Yeah, well, firstly, I must give Clear Capital some credit here. They've been a fantastic broker. But clearly, existing shareholders are very supportive of what we're doing at Fulcrum. Panther were coming up to the end of their hard locking period, middle of May. I think the market had a general acceptance that Panther would be selling those shares into the market. So really, this was a natural conclusion to the change in the shareholder register there. So we're clearly delighted at the support shown, and as you say, we've got a new 10% shareholder on the books there. And we're delighted. I think it's a great outcome for all involved.
Good. And the Tully deal then, the sale, what does that mean for Fulcrum? It's essentially what you did with uranium.
Well, interestingly, Mark, if you add the value of the Saskatchewan deal to the Tully deal, just on those alone, I think you come out at pretty much the same value of what Fulcrum are at the moment on the market. So that, to me, tells you that the opportunity there for unlocking investors. But look, Tully's a great project. It's not a gold tailings project, so it's clearly not the focus of the business. We've got a laser focus on reprocessing gold tailings in Ontario. We've got two projects there, Kirkland Lake and Silvernite. We've got a proven concept of tech. We found ourselves a very, very good partner in Canada through Loyalist Exploration. They've just, there's a new board in place there. They've got experience of bringing, smallish deposits into production and expanding those deposits and being very successful. And that's really what we wanted for Tully. It's a great project in Timmins, and we'll be delighted to see that developed. It brings cash into the company. It gives us a material retained interest in the Tully project through the shareholding in Loyalist, which will be around 19.9% post-transaction, but also a net smelter royalty, 2% net smelter royalty, which could be very valuable for Tully, because we're very confident that some very good development is going to come through Loyalist there.
Well, thank you for that. I know we're going to do an interview with Errol there, the CEO of Loyalist, just to understand from their point of view what they liked about Tully there and what they're going to do with it. Just finally, Ryan, on the tailings element then, any updates from there? I know you've had your significant update, which effectively proved the concept, but what's going on with the tailings project at the moment?
Yeah, so we're in the middle of putting some programs together to get out on site, to conduct the systematic auger sampling we need to do to support a modern, resource estimate there. And also to gather additional tailings material, because obviously recently we put the phase 2 conceptual study out, which has got some very positive economics, US $33 million on that there. It also outlined all the areas for optimization. So this is all about optimization of a concept, and a concept that we know that works. So we're very excited about that. So our partners, Extrakt and Bechtel, we see a really big future for Fulcrum as we, optimize that concept, which is very, very scalable across other tailing sites. Of course, we've got Silvernite there, but there's plenty of other tailing sites in the local area.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Ryan, for that update today, the CEO of Fulcrum Metals.
Thank you, Mark.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at StockBoxMedia.com. Thank you for watching.